we need to talk about Last Epoch. So season 2 just came out, and I've been playing for almost all of my free time the last few days here. And in fact, I'd be playing right now if I didn't just die on my hardcore paladin at level 82. I know that that's a meme in itself, dying on a paladin. I know, guys, I know. But man, it's been such a good time. It's been real fun. And I only died because of a bug, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if the monsters were evasive or if my judgment wasn't creating a consecration. I'm not sure what, but I was spamming it, and the ground that I'm supposed to stand in that heals me didn't heal me, and I died. But that's a different story. I want to talk about Last Epoch, but before we get into that, I think before you listen to game criticism from anybody, you should know what their favorite games are, right? My favorite games, top 3, I'll say are Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 7, and Metal Gear Solid. Order may change depending on how I'm feeling, but those are typically my 3. Honorable mention, World of Warcraft vanilla, not retail, not any of these other 100 versions of WoW that are out now, but the vanilla experience. And that's mainly because it came at that weird time between AOL Instant Messenger and MySpace, where the game itself was like a glorified virtual chat room. You just jump on, play with the homies after school, talk, did more talking than playing. It was a social thing, you know? And that's what brings me to Last Epoch. I play games with my friends, and we've gotten older, so it's become harder to dedicate time. You know, the amount of time it takes to play some of these games. Like if you're playing WoW and you're trying to do what are they called? The Mythic Plus groups. It takes a while to get a group, and your group might suck. It takes a while to find a raid group. People say get a guild. It takes time to find a guild. I just don't have time for all this and to like allocate time of my life to raid. And over the last few years, ARPGs actually became one of my favorite game genres because of how little time they take, right? You can jump in and jump out of an ARPG like nothing. You jump in, you still get the highs of leveling up, character progression, getting loot, you know? And like I said earlier, I play games with friends, so it's easy to jump in with your friends and play together. You can play solo if they're not on, and you won't leave them behind. It's just a seamless pick up and play RPG experience. And I'm going to add Monster Hunter to that list too, because I play Monster Hunter kind of the same way. I view Monster Hunter under the same lens. I know it's not your traditional top-down isometric action RPG experience, but I'm going to throw Monster Hunter in there too, because I play a lot of Monster Hunter. But Last Epoch is, in my opinion, the best ARPG out right now. My first real like hardcore grind in ARPG, not counting Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance or was the Champions of Norath, right? If you guys even know what those are, was Diablo 3. So I didn't play Diablo 2. I'm not one of those cool kids. I played Diablo 3 later in life. One of my friends was like, oh man, you need to come play this game. Now I've played a lot of the more recent ARPGs. I've played Diablo 3, Diablo 4, Path of Exile 1, Path of Exile 2, Grim Dawn, and now Last Epoch. So I've played a lot of what's on the market right now. And I'm a player that bounced off of PoE 1. Take that how you will. I thought there was too much going on in PoE 1. I bounced off. Diablo 4 was a little too easy. It was cool because a lot of my WoW friends came back and were playing Diablo 4 for a little bit. So I kind of got to relive that nostalgia day from vanilla World of Warcraft with the same group of people. But even they tapered off because the game was too easy. And then along came Last Epoch, and it kind of filled that niche, that spot where it's more complex than Diablo, but way easier than Path of Exile. And during the beta when I played it, it was good, but there wasn't a lot to do. Like once you got to the end game, it was kind of like, I'm running monoliths. Okay. And I didn't play the first season. I don't know what I was playing when the first season launched, but I don't know. I just wasn't interested in the first season. I was probably bouncing off PoE 1 again, to be honest with you. And then PoE 2 launched. I played that game. I put 300 hours in that 0.1 patch. I played that game a lot. And then the new season of PoE 2 came out, Dawn of the Hunt or whatever, and I completely bounced off of that. I made a video complaining about that, but that game had way too much friction. There was friction in everything. And that made coming to this newest season of Last Epoch so good. Everything felt so good. I was running around, playing with my friends, killing stuff, getting loot. My friends can leave the party. I can keep playing. We can play together. The only real barrier there was whether or not we were playing hardcore or who died first. But it feels so good to play an ARPG where you're getting loot. The game helps you target farm, right? Like there's the I think it's Circle of Fortune. There's factions, and one of the factions actually lets you target farm certain items, right? Like let's say there's a shield that you want. You can target farm and increase the drop rate and trigger certain rewards that will drop shields, so you can farm a shield that way or a weapon or whatever it is you're looking for. And the game allows you to really just focus on what you want to play. The abilities themselves, each ability has its own skill tree. And however you want to specialize that ability and make it work, you can do it. You don't have to focus on all these insane synergies between everything and bust out a spreadsheet to try to keep track of what's going on. It's a very frictionless and localized, I guess is a word, experience as far as the systems in the game go. I don't know. I'm not going to go too in depth on that, but it's fun. It's fun, and there's not a lot of friction. It's super easy to get into and pick up and play. Kind of upset that I died at level 82. I think I was 950 on the leaderboard. 950, somewhere in there. Death hurt. But the game's still fun. I'm going to keep playing on normal now and probably change my build up because I don't have to worry about surviving. I want to do the spin to win build, so I might try one of those. But all in all, Last Epoch's been a breath of fresh air out of all the RPGs I've played recently, and I don't know, it's just a lot of fun. Now it's not perfect. PoE 2 spoiled me with the WASD movement. It felt so good, and then it's not feeling so good in Last Epoch. But that's really the only complaint I have. Now I don't see Last Epoch being a kind of game where you can drop hundreds upon hundreds of hours in, right? I don't think that there's that kind of depth there. But I think it's a really fun and really good game to drop into for a few weeks and play and try to grind out your build and see how far you get. By no means a perfect game, but in my opinion, easily the best ARPG on the market as of right now. And now I'm going to go back and play some more Last Epoch now. So that's all I got for this video. Later, y'all.